Hello again, everybody. I'm coming up to the summer room to do the Halloween video. Most of the flowers up here are starting to look kind of pitiful, but it's that time of year. And these bags of mulch, they're here because I've got to use them, but those are also what we blocked a lot of the paths to keep the water from rushing down when we had all that rain. Boo Boulevard. Over on that chair that we got at a yard sale, I just added the Happy Halloween sign and a couple pumpkins to it. And all these plants under here will be going in the garage in a house. And someone asked me in the video the other day when I was talking about taking things in the house if we had heat in the garage, and we don't. But they're protected enough, and with the sun that comes in the big window, they stay alive. I don't water them, but every few weeks. They don't need as much water when the temperature gets cold. And some of them will look as good as the day they went in the garage, like the asparagus ferns, and some of them will look kind of pitiful. But when I bring them back outside and trim them back and fertilize them, they all come back beautifully. So that's a hint. If you have a garage and you have some plants that you want to take in, they will survive in your garage without heat. I do love this chair. I've enjoyed that chair we got this summer at the yard sales. And there's that little kitchen stool, like the one my mom and my grandma had. John painted it white so that we could use it anywhere. And this plant has really grown. I bought that 2 years ago on sale at Lowe's, and it has done beautiful. It did great inside, and it's done great out here all summer long. That I will take in the house. All of these will go in the house. This giant begonia will have to go in the garage, and John fixed hooks in the ceiling to hang all the hanging baskets. And this will do great as long as I, water it every couple weeks, because it has really grown this summer up here. It likes it up here. I'm stepping on an acorn if you're wondering what that noise is. The acorns have really been flying. We love it up here, and we'll be setting up here. During the hottest part of summer, we didn't set up here very much because it was just, even with the fans on, it was just too hot since we had such a hot, humid summer. But spring and fall are wonderful times to set up here. There's one of the chairs John got at the yard sale, and he painted this one orange and black, and that's a dog up on his corner. And someone asked me one time, was something wrong with that dog? That dog is really old, and that's how it's always sounded. It sounds like it's being tormented, but believe me, it's not. And then the other one, like this, he painted the Grinch green and white. So you'll see that when we do the Grinch stuff outside. Over here, I just put a few little tombstones. And down there is that old enamelware in the perfect fall colors. There's that absolutely adorable witch oval platter that came from Kroger's years ago. The Elm Street sign that John made. There's some of the small Billy Jacobs that we got at a yard sale. There's my little green flower pot that I planted with a vine that I rooted. More of those spooky green hands. And the Witch's Fly birdhouse. And back here, there's one of the toll trays. And just some pumpkins and gourds and more of the spooky hands. Up here's one of the birdhouses John built. My vintage ironstone pictures and some pumpkins and more vintage goodies and yard sale pieces. And another one of those smiley cats that John loves so much. And the big enamel tray is right there, and another one of the birdhouses John made. And this was the adorable Halloween one we got at a yard sale several years ago. Children, welcome. And more of my vintage goodies. And over there, and you'll see it a little closer, that's one of the birdhouses John did. I love the haunted house. And the purple witch's boot that he painted. Like I said, all my plants have just really loved it, even with all the heat this summer. It's been such a beautiful day. And I cleaned up here, I don't know, 30 minutes ago, and there's acorns and leaves everywhere again. This is a time of year you cannot keep things clean. Over there are some of the Halloween signs. And skulls and pumpkins. And witches' hats. And more cute signs. And there's the spooky owl. And I just put some of the black and the purple florals and the black leaves in an old watering can. And that's the stool John had painted. I can't remember if that was last year or year before last. And there's that two-tier tray that I've been decorating for the different seasons since we got it at the yard sale. More of the black florals and pumpkins and spooky hands and leaves. And another one of those wonderful shutters that John did. I love this skeleton. I think he is so cute. I know they're not supposed to be cute, but he's cute. These two little pumpkin people I've had for many, many years. And you can see these flowers are doing wonderful. This begonia up here, this was kept in the garage for the last 2 winters, and it's done wonderful. And I think this one was one of the ones that I had in the garage also. And there's one of my Easter cactuses. That's a woodpecker making that noise. He's next door. And just some pumpkins over here. And another one of John's shutters. And there's one of the paintbrushes, the old paintbrushes that John painted and I embellished years ago. And up there we just put a few pumpkins in the cubby holes. And John made that, of course. And here's a closer look with the bat on the roof at the haunted house John did. And that arrangement, that crock back there, the whole thing came from a yard sale. And I just added those feather pieces in it that came from Dollar Tree. And of course this boot came from a yard sale, and I can't even remember what color it was. It was a color that didn't go with anything, and I knew I wanted John to paint it purple so that we could use it for Halloween. And it's got the spooky flowers with the eyeballs in it. That little pumpkin pail came from a yard sale, of course. Y'all know that half of the things we have do come from yard sales. And this year, I honestly have bought very little in stores other than getting Joanna Parker or Ray Dunn. Just a few decor pieces. Most of it has come from yard sales. And that makes it so much fun because each week you never know what you're going to find. But this is all of the Halloween tour up here. I hope you enjoyed seeing the summer room again. We love it. It's a place to come and rest when we're working outside. It's a place to be among nature. And most of the time it's pretty quiet up here except for the sounds of the birds and nature. So love and blessings from me and John and baby boy, and I'll see you with the next video soon. Till the next time, bye-bye.